Hey everybody, this is Kaidi Lioness here, and today I wanted to do something a little bit different. Typically I would usually do this for like an update, or I just want to post a random video, whatever. But this time I actually wanted to do like a little, I don't know if it's a rant or I don't know. It's just I wanted to talk about it because I find this little situation kind of humorous, but then also kind of facepalm worthy as well. Now, recently, I had been watching YouTube videos that were about rants, and they're basically about recolors. Since I'm an artist myself, I draw everything, from scratch, either digital or on, piece of paper or whatever. And honestly, I kind of hate the whole recolor fandom. It's the most laziest form of art you can think of, because basically, all the recolor is taking an image that was already made and coloring over it in either Photoshop or MS Paint. And that's usually the gist. And I think the number one fandom that does it the most, and that it's pretty well known for, is the Sonic fandom. And I'm not going to bash the Sonic fandom because, it's a cartoon. It's whatever. But the person that I wanted to, the thing that I wanted to talk about mainly was this kid that I found through YouTube, basically, called, I think on DeviantArt she was called Princess Elizabeth-013, but on FurAffinity she's called Elizabet-The-Hedgehog. And I'm sure most of you who is in the Sonic fandom or whatever know who this person is by now. From what I understand, she was 13 years old. I mean, I guess that's what it at least said on her DeviantArt account from when I was watching the rants. I'm not really exactly sure of her age, because on her FurAffinity account, which is now suspended, by the way, it says that she was 17 years old, which I doubt it. When you're on FurAffinity, you kind of, a lot of people like to lie about their age, so I don't really trust what everybody says what their age is these days, and you shouldn't. But anyway, back on subject. Basically, who this person is, she is a teenager, obviously, but is a chronic Sonic fantard. And what I mean by fantard is basically a fan of a certain franchise, whether it be Sonic or Disney or whatever. And they act just, I don't even know how to describe it. Half the time, these people will rage over the smallest little things, like if they post a character that's obviously a recolor, and people just start saying, oh, well, that's a Mary Sue, or oh, well, that's uncreative, and they rage so hard. It is hilarious. They gotta remember that this is the internet, that you're gonna get comments like that, so just get over it. But anyway, why I wanted to talk about Elizabeth is, even though I kind of like the colors of her character, if she just developed it more, it would actually be an okay character, just like anybody's character could be. If they just develop their characters more, then okay, cool, whatever. But Elizabeth is pretty much the definition of a Mary Sue in any Sonic franchise or whatever. I don't know a whole lot about Sonic. I just remember playing the game as a kid on a Sega Genesis, so that kind of tells you how old I am right there. But anyway, what I've been researching on this kid is that she does not like criticism of any kind. She can't even handle nice comments, which is weird, to be honest. And she likes to use death threats on people. Why? I don't really know. I don't know her offline backstory or anything like that. I can remember reading that she was starting to claim that she was like autistic or something like that. I don't know. Those lame excuses that a lot of people, especially a lot of kids, like to use on the internet when they've been called out, is that, oh, well, I'm autistic, so leave me alone. It doesn't work anymore. Anyway, basically, this is all I want to say to you, Elizabeth. Just stop. Just stop it. Stop raging over the dumbest things. I mean, granted, yes, you are a teenager, or I don't even know if you're really a teenager. You might be younger than that by the way you act. But just stop it. You've already been suspended from FurAffinity because they do not tolerate name calling or, death threats or anything. FurAffinity is really good about keeping most of the drama, calm as much as they can. Because, with furries, there is drama, and that's just a part of the fandom. It's like, whatever. And I think the one thing that really, I guess, kind of irritated me was when she was pretty much telling this one girl to go kill herself, and the girl actually attempted suicide. It's like, wow. I'm sorry, you don't tell people that. I mean, sure, we've all said it to somebody at one point in our lives, but most of us don't really mean it. I mean, it's in a fit of rage. We just say, go die, blah, whatever. But I think Elizabeth, when she said it to this poor girl, I think she actually wanted her to die. It's like, what? Where is your mother, girl? I'm sure if your mother caught you doing all of this crap on the internet, if she was a good mother, she would pretty much disconnect your internet and denied you access of any kind for a month. Because I think that's what you need to do, is get off the internet for a month. And then you'll see that the internet is not really all that important. Yeah, sure, it's fun. It's a great way to get, to escape from the real world. Because if you're like me and you have a job, sometimes you just want to hang out on the internet and not do anything else. I do that a lot myself. But basically, this girl, just wow. And actually, there was this one video that I watched. It was a interview through Google Plus or whatever. Like, some other people were interviewing Elizabeth, or I guess her real name is Erin. I really don't know. I know her by her username. So Elizabeth, basically, the whole time when she was being interviewed, she was nothing but rude. I mean, come on. These guys took the time to, set up this little interview for you, to ask you a few questions, just to get to know you. And you come off as a bitch. I hate to say it, but for a kid, you're being a bitch. And you're not going to get far with that kind of attitude. I'm sorry. You're just not. In some cases, sometimes you do have to be mean to get somewhere, or to get a point across, but there are places where you just do not act like that. And interviews are not like that, or, are not that place. And so anyway, I think my favorite part of that interview was, apparently her mother had come in her room or whatever, and she yelled at her mother. She's like, get away, Mom. I'm sorry, but you do not yell at your mother. I don't care how old you are. You do not yell at your mother. She brought you into this world, so you don't treat her like crap. So, even if she wasn't there, some people are saying that, she pretends to be her mom just to, get people to back off or whatever. But I think by now, if your mother had gotten involved, she would have seen what you have done and taken away all of your computer privileges. I mean, that's what my mom would have done if I were your age and doing that crap online. So, yeah. I guess this isn't too much of a rant. It's just I'm not really venting either. I'm just randomly talking about this random chick that I found that I find to be very funny to watch rage over, stupid crap. And yep. And Elizabeth, if you're watching this video, I'm not hating on you or anything. I'm just saying you have a lot of growing up to do. You can't be sending out death threats. You can't be calling people names. You just can't do any of that, because what's going to happen on every site that you do that on? You're just going to get suspended, just like you got suspended on FA or FurAffinity, as most people know it. So you really need to seriously think about what your priorities are, because this stupid fan character of yours, it's not the most important thing in the world, okay? It's just an imaginary character that technically doesn't even really exist. So, yep, I hope you figure that out soon, that, you can't be treating You can't be treating people the way that you are, and you change. Okay? And my computer just went to sleep. Holy crap. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'll cut that out later. Anyway. Yep. I guess that's it for now. So I will see you in the next video.